So we're talking about the power of advocacy, the power of telling our stories, and we have one more person that's going to come up and talk with us a bit about the why. Hayden. I'm coming to serve community in a number of ways, okay? Oh, you want to stand up? You want to be with the people? Sure can, yeah, honey.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? Y'all good? All right, y'all. So we have had this wonderful. Hold on just a second. Wait a minute. I'm going to sit down real quick. So, I only got a couple of minutes, but I just want to take a moment and say how beautiful and powerful this day has been. For some of us, we don't get this, right? I am a black gay man who is HIV positive, and I'm celebrating 19 years of living and thriving in my community. And so I've been tasked with speaking about advocacy. So just like my counterparts who have been up here already, I wrote something out. I did. There's a little tear in the corner. Y'all forgive me if I ugly cry. So this is what I want to do, right? Shadon already took us there. Preach Kid came in, right? Then all that, the doctor came in and gave us what we needed. And so I just want to say the power of advocacy. That's you. That's you. Y'all don't know how much this means to us, for you to be right where you're at right now in this moment. I do a show every Tuesday and Thursday, shameless plug coming, called Titan in the Morning. And one thing that I say to everyone is that I love you right where you're at in this moment, right? You'll have other moments, but you will not have this moment. So I want you to look around this room and all these faces, right? And I want you to understand the power of advocacy that you have done for us. Y'all, this fills my heart, right? So the power of advocacy is yours. It's yours. No matter how small, no matter how tall, I can't get over it. I can't get it. Doesn't matter. Because right now, today, y'all are doing this for us. We stand here as the people, as the shoulders on giants. Hey, my queen. We stand here and we do this, right? But we couldn't do it without you. So today, my piece, my part, is the power of advocacy, right? You are the advocate. You stand, you're celebrating your family, you're showing up with your mama. I don't know where they in the back there. You stand, you came with your moms. All of us have a place and a part, right? So I just want to do this real quick and then I'm going to be off the mic. Because I'm sure Kevin probably something was saying, tight, wrap it up, right? But I just want to say that you're the advocate. You're the advocate, queen, right? You're the bold, bodacious, courageous advocate. You're the advocate for being here. Doctor, you're the advocate for doing what you do in the community. You're the advocate for all ways. Hey, Cassius. You're the advocate. So I want to walk through and I just want to say you're the advocate. Now, let me ask for consent because I'm going to touch and agree. So I want to make sure everybody's okay. Y'all know because I'm a hooker. Okay. All right. You're an advocate. And you're an advocate. And you're an advocate. And you say the power. The power. The power. You're an advocate. You're an advocate. Yes, thank you so much. Look at the power right here. This beautiful sister over here. Do what you do. You're the power. You're the power. You're the power of advocacy. You're the power. All of you came in here. Touching. Everybody agreed? Okay, we all agree. You're the power. Hey, how you doing? Hey, my sister. so right. You're the power, right? You're the power. You're the power. I'm touching and agreeing. You're the power. Oh, okay, then you're the power. I'm gonna come and talk to you when I'm done, okay? You're the power. You're the power. Hey, Philly, you're the power, okay? You're the power. You are the power. The power of advocacy. So I'm walking through, you're the power. You're the power. You're the power. Right? Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Power. Y'all the power back there. I see y'all. Y'all see me on screen back there? The power. The power. Okay, the power. So I'm gonna come on over here. Hey, DJ, you the power. Making me sweat earlier. And you're the power. So I want to say one last thing to you all. You all are the power. Y'all make this possible. And y'all don't make my feelings right now, so I'm trying to hold this back. But thank you for being the power of advocacy. So those of us that are here now, right, we all can carry this on for everybody later. I'm choked up because it's been a hard 19 years, but I have been able to be a part of an organization and a community that has given me the power to be the advocate that I am today. So thank you all. Give yourself a round of applause.
Good morning. Hey, good morning to you all. Good morning. Hey, good morning. Hey, Alice, good morning. Alice, good morning. Hey, good morning to you all. So, y'all, that was me at World AIDS Day last year in December. And just saying that you are the power, right? You are the power. Today, we're going to talk about something that's a little... and I think I'm going to come out this scarf because I think I'm a little warm this morning. But today we're going to talk about discretion. Disclosure is at your discretion. And I know a lot of you are probably saying, Titan, well, what are we really talking about? Like, what are we really doing? And what I know is that a lot of times, so that was something that happened recently. Hey, good morning. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Miss Funky, I ain't seen you in a while, Miss Funky. Thank you, Alice. Thank you so much. So, disclosure is at your discretion. And I want to make a preface to this, right? Although I am a Black gay man who is HIV positive and I'm celebrating 20 years this year, right? What I know is that disclosure of anything should be at your discretion. Not just my HIV positive status, but I'm going to speak on my HIV positive status because that's how the discretion conversation came up. Y'all with me? Can we do that this morning? I bet. Okay, you better been seeing yourself. Exactly. All right, y'all. Yes, indeed. I'm in. Putting on a little chapstick. All right, y'all. So it's funny because the weather has been changing so much. And so it's like I'm hot and cold and hot and don't know if I'm right or not. And so it's just a whole lot going on right now, right? So I got this beanie on. And then Miss Funky said, trying to return to work after this car accident has not been easy. Wait, Miss Funky, you was in a car accident? I had no idea. Well, I hope that you have a speedy recovery and things are good, okay? And things are good. Hold on. Let me see where we at. All right. I got a couple of notes here this morning that I want to pick. Oh, last year in October. Okay, gotcha. I think you did mention that before, okay? Hold on. Let me make sure I'm good, y'all. Hold on. Let me Let me get this together. All right, let me go ahead while I'm getting this stuff together. Let me go ahead and talk to y'all real quick. Okay, yes, indeed. Well wishes to you, Miss Funky, indeed. All right, y'all. So TikTok, y'all, tippity tap the middle of that screen. Let me know that y'all are in. I got a goal of 100 donuts, and thank you so much, Alice, for getting those in. And then also, too, y'all go over to my TikTok shop. My sale is still on. So I decided, right, on my TikTok shop and on my shop, which I'll put into the comments for those that are not on TikTok, right? I decided to take the sale all the way out until the end of the month, right? It may go on a little bit longer than that. So pretty much everything is $10, $15 and under, except for the Yetis and things like that, right? Because you know those cost a little penny, but they are still marked down, right? They are marked down and it's free shipping. So go check it out. TikTok, y'all go on up to the TikTok shop. I've added some new items. I got some items in there. Yeah, just go on over and check it out. And then YouTube, Facebook, Insta, Podbean, X, right? Y'all show me some thumbs up, show me some hearts, show me some love. Y'all come in and come talk to me this morning. Come in and come talk to me. Can we do that? Okay, look. I'm not tripping. Now, y'all, look, this coffee is really hot this morning and it's good. And so I'm a sip and I'm probably going to be, you know, like, okay. There you go. There you go. All right, y'all with me this morning? All right, if my voice go out a little bit, y'all, because I don't know what's trying to happen, but I'm trying to battle it. So here's the thing. All right, so disclosure is at your discretion. We're going to take it and put it in the cup, but I want to just preface this with a couple of things so that we can have a teachable moment or a knowledgeable moment. There are a couple of things that go into disclosure, right? And so I'm going to speak on disclosure of my status, right? Because this is how the conversation came up. And I'm going to back up just a little bit so that I can kind of lean in and be with y'all this morning, right? So there was a conversation that was being had by 3 to 4 individuals, and they were talking about disclosure. Well, in particular, they were talking about an incident where someone had super happy adult fun time with someone and then disclosed to them afterwards that they were HIV positive. Now, y'all, this is a tricky slope to be on because there's a lot of things that go into disclosure. And this is why I said I want to have a knowledgeable, teachable moment this morning, because people will tell you, oh, you just need to tell us up front. You need to tell us what you are, who you are, how you get down, what you got going on up front, right? And y'all, that's not always the case. Why honesty is the best policy, sometimes it's not a safe policy in certain situations. So they said, well, we're going to ask Titan, what does Titan think? Because, you know, Titan going to let you know. And I was like, I thank y'all for wanting to ask me questions like this, but this is going to be a hard truth for both sides, right? The situation was that someone laid down with someone, right? Super happy, fun adult time with someone, and then afterwards told them that they were positive, right? Now, y'all can imagine how that must go, right? Y'all can imagine how, you know, things work. So I said, let me express this, but I have to express it in my way, right? Y'all know my story. We've talked about it before, but I'm going to use I statements because I can't talk for everybody else. I can't speak for everybody else, right? However, again, disclosure is at your discretion. Not when the next man to the next man to the next man or woman or them, they, right? She, ella, not when they say it's right. It's when you feel it's right. Okay? All right, y'all. So I just wanted to set that. We're going to get into it in just a second, but y'all grab y'all cups. Y'all grab y'all cups this morning because we're going to talk about it. Disclosure is at your discretion. Your discretion. Disclosure of whatever it may be. Disclosure of life, disclosure of disease, virus, whatever it may be. It's at your discretion. Disclosure of who you are, disclosure of your identity, however that may be, it's at your discretion. Y'all with me? All right, come on. Come on, come on. Grab your cups and let's sprinkle it in. Some of y'all left me. I don't know why y'all left me because we're talking about disclosure. Y'all tell a friend, share, like, follow, do all of that good stuff. Hold on a second. I'm gonna do this right here. Hold on. I'm gonna do this right here. Let's see what we can do. Let's see. I'm gonna do I'm gonna do this. This is what I'm gonna do. All right, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Baby, I'm gonna do all of this here today. Hold up. Let's see what we got. Let's see. All right, y'all. Hold on. Okay, I'm just gonna check a couple of people. That's all. We're gonna make sure. All right. Okay, y'all. All right. Let's see if we can grab a couple of more people. Where y'all at? We back? Okay, we back. All right. All right. All right, y'all. I'm sorry about that. I was trying to make sure people were saying that they couldn't see. Okay, I got you. I got you. All right, let me back up just a little bit. Okay. Okay, there we go. Hold on. All right, here we go. I'm doing it all myself this morning. I got it. I got it though. I got it. All right. So I just want to say good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Y'all come on in. So here's the thing, right? Alice said it because it's a topic that's touchy. Indeed it is, right? Indeed it is. And so, hey, percolator, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. In my cup is turtles. In my cup, a pinch of French vanilla and a pinch of hazelnut. Love y'all. My preciousness. Indeed. Okay, come on. So in the cup, we got a little pinch of French vanilla, some turtles, and some hazelnut. Yeah. Mm. Indeed, y'all. Indeed. So, y'all, good morning. So, I want to say it one more time. So, we're going to talk about this morning. Disclosure is at your discretion. So, we're going to take it and we're going to sprinkle it into the cup and we're going to take a sip out of it, right? And I'm going to go back over the actual conversation just so everybody is in the know about what I'm talking about. But yes, it is a touchy subject. It's a touchy topic because people feel that you should be able to do it this way. But I feel that disclosure is at your discretion. All right, we're going to sprinkle it in and we're going to sip. Y'all come on and sip with me. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Mm. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Mm. And that part right there. Ooh, yes. If I were you, uh-huh, I would say it. Yes, indeed. Hold on, wait, we gonna get all this. Okay, let's see. Okay, I got it. All right. Whew. All right, y'all. I'm taking this scarf off because it's warm in here already. And I think it's because I'm with that coffee and I'm doing the doggone thing with the coffee. But we're going to just let it be what it is this morning. I may put it back on. I don't know. So, disclosure is at your discretion. So, let me go back to the conversation that was had. There was a conversation around a certain individual having super happy adult fun time with someone. And they decided at that time that they were going to disclose to the individual that they were HIV positive. And I know y'all talk to me this morning. Y'all talk to them because I want to make this as interactive as possible. Y'all talk to me this morning. So they said that the individual waited until it was over and they were doing what they were doing, cleaning up, right? And the individual said, oh, by the way, well, this is how the conversation went. I don't know if this is exactly how it was said, but the individual said, oh, by the way, I'm HIV positive. Now, they didn't have a whole day, a whole night, a whole whatever it may be, right? And so when they asked me to comment on this or to discuss it, I said, well, what's the pretense, right? Like what happened in that aspect? Because I don't condone you having super happy adult fun time and then telling somebody that you're HIV positive. Y'all, I'm going to use I statements today because I'm not speaking for everybody in my community. I'm not. I'm talking about me, but I'm talking about what I feel is right or wrong. And we're going to talk about a couple of things with that. What I had to learn going into this is that it's at your discretion. Sometimes, y'all, disclosing something personal about yourself could be detrimental to your health. It could be detrimental to your mental, emotional, spiritual, and most definitely physical health, right? And this is me. I'm not telling you that I'm trying to get over on you. I'm not telling you I'm trying to like fake or fool or front. None of that, right? But I have to assess the situation. Now, do I agree? Because somebody just said, Titan, sound like you agree. No. Do I agree with you telling someone that you're HIV positive after the fact? No, I do not. No, I do not. But we have to understand, and this is not an excuse, y'all. Let me just work through because some of y'all are jumping on the bandwagon really quick, right? And saying that I am condoning this behavior. I'm not. But there's a lot of variables that goes into this. I don't know how they met. I don't know why they met. I don't know if they were hooking up. I don't know none of the particulars of the story. But the ultimate thing was that this individual, right, stated that they were HIV positive after the fact. So that's what I'm going to go off of. Y'all with me this morning? Stay with me. Stay with me. Mm-hmm. Hey, Ricarius, good morning. Good morning. Y'all with me this morning? Thank you so much, Ricarius, for the gifts. Thank you so much. Okay. I just want to make sure y'all are with me because some of y'all already jumped on the bandwagon telling me that I'm condoning it, telling me that's not right, Titan. Why would you say it's okay? I haven't said it's okay. I said this is the topic that we're going to talk about today, and this is how I feel. I statements. Me. Right? Y'all with me? Okay, now, for those of you who are just now coming in, I'm going to go back to it, right? The story is there was a conversation between 4 individuals. I'll make 5 in this conversation, but 4 individuals where they were talking about a situation or a report where someone that they knew basically told the person that they had just slept with, right, that they were HIV positive. After the fact, after they had already slept together, that they were HIV positive, right? And I said, I can't speak for the individual because I don't know what the variables were in this situation, what the issues were, the concerns, or anything like that. But what I can say, right, what I can say is that there are a couple of things that go into disclosure and why I say it's at your discretion, okay? At your discretion. Ricarius say, does red look good on you? The red in those earrings are setting you off. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I think red looks good on me. You know what I mean? This is why people test before sleeping with people. Indeed, indeed. And so here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, and we're going to talk about that. Thank you, Alice. We're going to talk about that. And Ricarius, I do love some red. I do love some red, right? So I'm gonna speak from my point of view. I said, well, I think discretion is at your I think disclosure is at your discretion. And the four people was like, oh no, Titan, I don't you should no, this is no, because here's the thing, y'all. Y'all don't know what I've been through on my side. And I'm gonna use some I statements. Y'all remember my story. When I was first diagnosed, I didn't want anybody to go through what I went through, right? The diagnosis, the diagnosis of AIDS, the hospital stays, all of the stuff that was happening. I didn't want anybody to go through what I was going through. So the next person that approached me, like we were going to be intimate or there's a possibility, I wanted to make sure that they were okay because I thought that was the right thing to do. Stay with me. Hey, Silent Chatty, good morning. So I thought that was the right thing to do. So right off the back, I tell this individual, well, I don't tell them the first time we meet because I don't know if that was the right place. We were in a event and there was a lot of people around and all this kind of stuff. And this is very much new to me. So anyways, he makes his interest known and he says that he would like to go out for drinks and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm down with it like that. I hadn't had anybody, like talk to anybody since I was diagnosed. And so I thought, okay, this can be good, right? This can be good. It's not as bad as everybody's saying it is. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Well, we go out for drinks and then maybe a day or two later, we go to a party, right? Now, mind you, we haven't done anything. We just liking each other, being each other's company and stuff like that. At the party, he goes and he kisses me, right? And I say to him in that moment, I have to be honest with you, right? I'm HIV positive. Y'all, the look that he gave me as if I had tried to harm him or hurt him, it was the look. He didn't say anything just yet. It was the look. And the look was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? This and that. And then as soon as I disclose that, which I still look back on it till this day, and I don't know if that was the right place at a party to disclose, but the kiss was hot and heavy. And so I wanted to make sure, and this is me in my naivete in the beginning, right? Thinking that I'm protecting him, but I wasn't thinking about protecting myself. So y'all follow me. Y'all follow me. Disclosure is at your discretion. Hold on. So I'm standing on this balcony with him. He gets in an uproar. He goes into the party. I'm still standing on this balcony. And then he begins to tell people at the party that I tried to kill him. Excuse me. I tried to unalive him. Y'all, they're going to get me. I tried to unalive him. And I said, no, no. I wasn't, we ain't done nothing, right? We haven't done nothing. You could have told me this. You could have said this and this and this. And then other people were getting on the bandwagon, y'all. So, of course, I got up out of there because my people had already left because I was still hanging out with him. Y'all, I didn't understand the physical, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual stress that I, in that moment, I didn't know what was going on. Now, y'all know I'm a fighter. I just, look, don't let the Clark Kent fool you, right? I like being, but I'm a fighter, right? I was prepared to go down because the way that they were talking to me, right, or talking at me, had me like really flipping out. Like I was like, wait, whoa. No, I didn't do anything. Like I didn't, So I get to the car and thank God that I drove myself because I don't know what would have happened if I would have had to go catch a bus or I don't know, a cab back then. I don't know because there was no Uber or Lyft back then. But I don't know what I would have had to have done if I couldn't have got in my car and drove away, right? And in that moment, all the way home, I just kept thinking, you should have kept your mouth shut. You should have said nothing, right? Because this would have never happened. It was just a kiss. It didn't mean anything in that aspect, right? But y'all, you have to understand where I was in that moment. I had been called tainted. I had been called nasty. I had been, society, community had told me that I shouldn't be living. I shouldn't exist. And this was the first person that actually I thought saw me for me, right? And so in this moment of me not trying to cause any harm or anything to someone, I disclosed my status. But I didn't think about my surroundings. I didn't think about where I was. I didn't think about people's reaction. I didn't think about he was going to run in there and say I was trying to kill him, right? Because back then they used to say it's the gift that keeps on giving. Those were the little sayings, right? Or you're tainted. Oh, watch out for him, right? Oh, don't do this. It was a whole lot of things that they were saying. And so, y'all, I'm sitting here, I'm riding home, and I sat in my driveway for like 30, 40, almost an hour, I think. And I was just sitting there thinking, what could have happened to me today? Now, but here's the thing, right? What could have happened to me tonight, right? But what's going to happen to me when I'm back in the vicinity of these people? Because I'm around them. I go to the clubs, I hang out, I do the things, because I was doing my Titan Capri thing. I was performing and doing all of these things, which I kind of stopped after I was diagnosed. But up until that time, people knew me for performing and stuff. So they, were booking me and things like that. And I was just like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know. Anyways, for about 3 or 4 days, there was nothing. There was no talking, no texting, no nothing, right? Until he contacted me because we were all going to this event that was in a couple of weeks. And he contacted me to say that he was sorry for what he had done and but I should have told him this is how the conversation started. I really didn't want to answer the phone, but I wanted to answer it because I wanted to tell my side, like I wasn't trying to do anything to you. But he came on the phone saying, you could have told me, that's putting my life in jeopardy. Now I got to go get tested. I got to get this done and that done. And back then, y'all, this is 20 years ago. Well, 20 years ago. People were still not sure about bodily fluids like saliva and sweat and stuff like that, right? And I know y'all are probably saying, Titan, there's no way 20 years ago they didn't know that you could not contract HIV through spit or saliva or whatever have you. And I was like, well, let me tell you, because we've come a long way, but we still got a long way to go. So anyways, he says all of this, and y'all, I'm quiet, right? And y'all, I'm being transparent with y'all this morning because I think that a lot of people think that disclosure is something that you can just say and do and walk away from, and it's totally fine. And it's not. It's not. There's a lot to go into, right? Disclosure. There's a lot behind that. There's a lot that I have to think about before I disclose something to you like that. So hold on a second. I'm gonna pause right there. Listen to what I just said. There's a lot that goes into disclosure, right? And I want to discuss those things with you all. So just give me a second because I got to sip. Because baby, disclosure is at your discretion. And people will tell you that it's not. He's on this phone going ham on me. And I'm saying, I'm sorry. Like, what else do I say? What else do I do? It was not ill intent. It was not something I was trying to do to you. I wasn't trying to make you feel. I wasn't trying to unalive you. I wasn't trying to hurt or harm you. I was trying to protect you, is what I was trying to do. But you see how my protection came across as, and then somebody just said, and they blocked the comment. They blocked the comment, but I'm gonna still read it. I'm gonna still read it because the thing is, yeah, it's blocking comments. But this particular comment said, you already knew that you were positive. You should have told him before you ever went on a date. I don't know you from a can of paint. And y'all see I put my cup down. Now, let me sip first. Let me sip. So I'm going to say this to you all. And it's people like that that will tell you things and think it's okay to do that. You don't tell anybody when you have cancer right off the bat, unless you're looking as if you have what cancer is supposed to look like. You don't tell people you have diabetes right off the bat. You don't tell people that you have had a STI off the bat, do you? See, you see the double standards? So you can run around here and hoop and holler and bend and back break with everybody that you want to back break with, and you have an STI, and you know that. You have syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia. You have all of these things, but you don't give that to them at the very beginning. So as soon as I meet you, oh, I had gonorrhea. Oh, I had chlamydia. I had the clap. You feel what I'm saying? So for somebody to tell me because I'm HIV positive that I should tell you when I first meet you, you don't tell me you have an abscess. You don't tell me that your feet are funky. You don't tell me, you know what I'm saying? You don't tell me any of those things. So why should I tell you something that I don't even know if me and you are going to go forward or go ham, right? Or do whatever we're going to do. I'm saying it's the double standards. You feel what I'm saying? Because I can't touch you and give it to you. So why would I tell you? Just like COVID. You know what I'm saying? Just like COVID. People want to sit up here and say, oh, well, you should have known you had COVID. A lot of people didn't take tests. A lot of people didn't know. But they were still out there doing what they were doing and just passing it on. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to sit up here, and y'all please understand this, because I don't want my message to get lost in translation. I'm not trying to tell you that to not disclose. I'm saying that it's at your discretion. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It's at your discretion. And y'all had to learn this lesson the hard way. This individual ran in and said that I was trying to unalive him. Those were his words. We had done nothing but kiss. The thing that got me was that it wasn't something I initiated. You understand what I'm saying? So I thought that I was, and I'm using I statements this morning, y'all. I'm not talking about nobody else. I thought I was protecting him. That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't think about protecting myself. I didn't think about if I would have been unalive that night. I didn't think about what would have happened to me mentally. It warped my fragile little mind because I had never had nobody do that to me before. And Lord knows I don't have a bad bone in my body like that. So I don't even know why he felt that that was it. But again, I don't know what's going on in his head. I don't know what the atmosphere is going to bring. If I introduce something into this ecosystem, will the ecosystem turn on me? Or will it accept what I'm saying and try to understand me? I don't know. So you see what I'm saying? That's why I said I had to tell you the story. Because people just like that individual there and a couple of other people that are on here making comments, I have no frills about it. Make your comments because this is life. And this is why I'm discussing this today, because I wanted to let the individual, one individual in particular that was in that group, to know that you are safe in disclosure when you are ready. when you are ready. Nobody should make you disclose if you are not ready. If you have not assessed the situation, if you have not understood, if you can't even deal with who you are right now in this moment, then disclosure is not your friend. It is not your friend. And I knew talking about this morning, some of you were going to sit up here and say, oh, no, Titan, I can't get with you on that. You good on everything else. You know, you good on good morning, but I can't get with you on that. And that's fine. And that's fine. And I understand that. You with me? But I can never, something Marlene said on Saturday. On Saturday, when I was with the Black Girls in Public Health, Marlene said that you have been willing to put yourself on fire, set yourself on fire to save somebody else. Hey, good morning. Thank you so much. Thank y'all so much. Hey, Denise, good morning. Love you too, Denise. Love you too. Hold on, y'all. Journey said, right. Let's see where we at. Alice said, true point, though. You didn't know he was going to grab you. Indeed. Alice said, I agree, as long as it doesn't affect another. True. Exactly. Vicarious said, that is your personal health business. It's for you to share when you feel comfortable. Indeed. Hey, Journey, good morning. Alice says, I agree. If not sure about actually being with them, I agree. Journey said, good point. Kathy Lou said, nobody needs to know your business unless they're a part of it. That part. Alice said, you should, though, even with those, not the feet. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Good morning to you all. Good morning. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Hold on. I wanted to read some comments because there were so many coming in. Hold on. Okay. Let me see right here. Well, see, this is what. Okay, so the other comment over here that was marked out says, but they're protecting themselves. But are you really, though? Are you really protecting yourself? Because what you did was you ran into, again, this is my story. You ran into this party that we were at, and you started telling people I was trying to unalive you. Were you really protecting yourself? Or were you trying to get at me? You have to think about that, right? What makes you protect yourself in such a way that you want to harm somebody else? And again, y'all, it was not my intention. He rolled up on me, smacking me in the lip. And in that moment, I said, okay, Lord, I can't. Like, I got to protect him. So I'm thinking I'm bad. I'm thinking I'm tainted because that's what I was told. I'm thinking that a kiss may lead to something else, and I don't know. So I decided in that moment to disclose. I didn't think about where I was. I didn't think about the people around me. I didn't think about my friends had already left. I didn't think about any of that. It wasn't about my safety. It was about his, because I thought that I was a detriment to his safety. You feel me? So it made me do something that I wouldn't normally do. And y'all, this is what I'm saying this morning. So y'all can check me. Y'all can write the comments. Y'all can do all of the things. But I have to say this, and I got to say it loud. Disclosure is at your discretion. There have been people, countless thousands, probably millions of people that have been unalived because they've disclosed at the wrong place and the wrong time. Do I condone what this other individual did? Laid down, had the act, then got up and said that I was positive? No, I don't condone that at all. However, I don't know what's going on in their head. I don't know what trauma that they're working through or stigma. I don't know what was happening then. So I don't condone it. But I do say this, right? I do say this, that discretion is disclosure is at your discretion. Don't ever let nobody take that out of your hands. You assess the situation and you make sure that you are safe physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, You make sure that you are safe. You feel me? And I don't have no qualms about saying that. I tell my clients that, my patients that, I tell my community that. Y'all, disclosure is at your discretion. Stop letting somebody put you in the pen of disclosure, then opening the gate and then letting everybody else in the pen as well. No, that's not happening. That's not happening. So here's a couple of things, right? Number one, disclosure is at your discretion. Period. Let's start with that. Number one, disclosure is at your discretion. I want to say it again. For those that are in the nosebleed, those that are out there in the fields, those that are around the corner down the street, those that are standing on corners, those that are up in the air 3,000 feet, disclosure is at your discretion. Argue with somebody about that, but not me. Disclosure is at your discretion. That's number one. Y'all got me? I'm going to check it off my list because I wrote a little list here because I had to make sure, y'all. So y'all know that I am the unconventional advocate. I don't do things the normal way, but we're going to talk about it today, though, right? Okay? Look, it's at your discretion. That's number one. Number two, figure out when it's safe. Y'all with me? Figure out when it's safe. Because here's the thing. You may want to protect the other person, but you need to think about protecting yourself as well. When it's safe. Y'all with me? When it's safe. Number one, your discretion. Disclosure is at your discretion. Number two, when is it safe? When is it safe? Mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. When is it safe? And I will argue with you if you don't think it's safe, if you don't think it's safe, if you don't think that you can get through it and be safe, then I say don't do it. Then I say don't do it. We're talking about disclosure is at your discretion. I'm talking about my disclosure. There was a conversation for those that are coming in. Some people say, what's safe? Disclosure is at your discretion, right? Disclosure of my HIV status. So there was a conversation that was happening between a group of people, and they said that the individual waited until after the act was done to disclose that they were HIV positive. And I'm saying I don't condone that. I don't think that that's right, but this is I statements. And I'm giving my actual experience in disclosing at a certain place and location. Cool? All right. So number one, at your discretion. Disclosure is at your discretion. Number two, when is it safe? Right? Now, you may not have all four of those safe things. You may not be able to make it safe, or it can be safe for your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. You may not be able to have all four. But when is it safe for you? All right. And then number three, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Because here's the thing, y'all. If I would have made sense for my protection, for my safety, right? Then I would have been like, hey, whoa, hold up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have assessed the situation, made sure, did all of those things. You know what I mean? But back then, I wasn't in that mindset. I didn't want anybody to go through what I went through, because what I went through was so horrible. So I wanted to protect him. I wasn't thinking about myself in that moment, but I should have been. I should have thought about my own safety. I should have thought about how he was going to react. I'm not saying that I should have thought about it after we had done something. I'm saying disclosure is at your discretion. I don't get with that. I'm not down with that. I'm never going to be down with me telling you something, disclosing something to you that's detrimental to the both of us after we've done something. Not happening. But again, remember, I'm on the balcony and he kisses me. And then I say in that moment, I'm having this eternal back and forth. You with me? I'm having this eternal back and forth. I'm talking to my spirit. I'm trying to figure out. And then I say, blah, 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 blah. And then things hit the fan. He goes on and he does that. And then another comment says, no, disclosure should be done up front. And so, y'all, this is where I don't think that we understand the magnitude of disclosing something to someone. I don't know you from a can of paint. Why would I disclose something to you that I don't even know if we're going to even talk or we're going to be around each other? Y'all, you don't, and I said this earlier, but you don't disclose your diagnosis for diabetes or cancer or anything like that. You don't even disclose your STIs. So why would I need to disclose that? You understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the double standard is crazy, right? You know what I mean? You are walking around here probably with more things than I have, right? But you're not disclosing that. But I need to disclose to you something like this that I can't touch you and give you. You feel what I'm saying? We have to really go to a place and a space and do some things in order for you to do that. Y'all get what I'm saying? Pumpkin said it should only be disclosed if you both feel safe with one another. Indeed, indeed. And again, I'm not condoning that this other individual did it after things were done. I'm saying that there's a lot that goes into disclosure. And a lot of people will tell you up and down, like many of you have on these comments here this morning, you need to disclose it up front. Y'all, but what am I disclosing up front? I don't know if I'm going to ever see you again. I don't know if we're going to even be friends. I don't know anything like that. So I'm meeting you for the first time, and then I'm telling you a blah, 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 blah. No. No, you don't do it with other things. Why would I do it with this? And if you are saying, like you are saying here, a couple of you are saying here, if you are saying that I am faking, I am fronting, I am trying to do something to somebody, no. No, that's not it. And that's what society and our communities have told us, right? That you must disclose up front for the safety of everybody else. But who am I actually harming? Because you can't get it by me touching you. And y'all, I'm speaking plain today, right? We ain't got to worry with the big words. If I could come up to you and sneeze on you or touch you and you acquired HIV, that would be a totally different subject. I'm gonna get to the person that I'm saying this for here. Hey, the king. The king said, "Good morning, positive king. Good morning." Silent chat said, "Exactly." Someone said, "Are you still into Iggy Azalea?" I don't know if I was ever into Iggy Azalea, but yeah, that's done. Somebody else said, "No, disclosure should be done up front." We already talked about that. Pumpkin said, "Express himself." Pumpkin said, "I can't really speak, but I feel it should be noted, but you should make your partner feel safe to express himself." Indeed, indeed. Okay, when is it safe? Denise says yes. It's called respect. You don't owe anyone anything. Indeed, Pumpkin, indeed. Okay, let me get on down here. Okay, let's see where we at. How do I come out to my family? I'm positive. So on here, right? So let me say this to you all. Again, disclosure is at your discretion. I can't tell you how to come out to your family per se, right? But what I can say to you this morning with this question, if you're positive, I say that you get with someone in your family that you feel safe with and brave with, that understands what you are going through, right? I suggest that you come with knowledge and understanding that not everybody is going to like what you have to say about coming out to your family. And I don't even think that it's a coming out situation. I think it's just a conversation that needs to be had. I did the same thing with my family, right? At different points and at different times throughout my diagnosis, right? My mother, good. My nephew, my daughter, my brother, my sister. I call her my sister, but she's my niece's mother, right? They all know, right, about me. My family knows, right? But that was at my discretion. I didn't tell anybody for years because I had to deal with it myself. I had to understand. So, Alex, this morning, I say to you, you don't have to come out to your family, but have a discussion, have a conversation with them about where you are and understand that they're going to take it and make it about them because they are afraid of what's happening, right? But I think it's a point of understanding where you are on your journey. That's the way that I look at it. Find you someone in your family that you know you can trust, that's going to be there to have your back, that's going to make sure that y'all are good. And then I want to say this also, Alex, and for anybody else that wants to disclose who they are and what they are or anything to your family, do understand, go in with the mindset and the idea that this may go left. And that's okay. They may not get it, and that's okay. They may not understand it, and that's fine, right? Y'all with me? Brick by brick, piece by piece, that's what I believe disclosure is. And thank you for asking the question, Alex, because a lot of times people don't understand that it's about you. I think take your safety into consideration first, and then their safety. But let me tell you something. More than likely, you've already taken their safety into consideration because you've done everything you needed to do to make sure that nothing happens to them. Almost so much so that you've sacrificed your own happiness, your own life, your own privileges, you've sacrificed all of that because you don't want them to hurt or suffer. My family kept saying to me, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you do this? And I told them that I didn't feel safe telling them at that moment because their views of my LGBTQIA plus community and HIV was so warped. That many a times I came in and listened to them going back and forth and talking about my community, me, in such a way that I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel that it was going to do me any good to express myself, to disclose. Once they understood my trauma, because I didn't understand my trauma at the beginning. Once they understood my trauma and the stigma and how it shows up, then they were able to kind of like come back a little bit and say, okay, well, Titan, can you tell me this? Or well, Titan, well, what is this? Or I would say, well, we can't, no. This is not about you. In this moment, I'm disclosing. This is not about you. This is about me trying to tell you something so that you know where I'm at, so that you know what's going on. Because if something happens to me and you don't even know what's happening or what's going on, you're going to still be sitting here saying, what? Wait, we could have talked. Well, we should have talked. We should have, could have, would have, should have. But 9 times out of 10, what happens is when you disclose, they make it about them. You with me? They make it about them. And I want you to be careful when you disclose to make sure that it is about you in that moment. Call it selfish, call it what you want to call it, but I got to be safe. And if I don't feel safe, then I'm not doing something that you deem I should have done in the very beginning. That part. Because for you to be able to disclose that, you have to establish an actual relationship first. And that part, pumpkin. That part, pumpkin. Indeed. And then, Alex, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We hold space for you for finding out months ago. It takes some time to be able to go through that. Alex said, thank you all. Indeed, Alex. I definitely needed this today. I've been so down. I feel like I am on autopilot. And it will happen to you like that, Alex. It will do that. But I want to say this to you, I want to say this to you. Love yourself right where you're at in this moment. It's okay to feel It's okay to be on autopilot, right? You are human and things will happen. It's okay to do that. You don't have to be nowhere unless you're ready to be there. You feel what I'm saying? So even if you're on autopilot, where is that autopilot taking you? Where is it going? Right? And you be ready when you get there, when you are ready. Again, disclosure is at your discretion. Hey, Sky. Sky said, Grand Rising, dear siblings, blessings to you and yours and all those who surround you. Thank you so much, Sky. Good morning. Alice said, but remember, you still matter and are valuable. That part, Alice, that part. Pumpkin said, and Alex, I am sorry to hear that. Life can get that way sometimes. We all are family here. Indeed, we are. Indeed, we are. And Alice says, and that's not fair. Indeed. Thank y'all so much. Thank you for the gifts. Pumpkin said, not everyone can come to your table. And that sometimes includes family. And that's a part right there, Alex. That's a part. And it's okay to not be okay. And that part right there. Okay, absolutely. I never thought of it that way. Indeed. Hey, as Kate sees it, she said, hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Carol. Yes, indeed. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. Yes. Okay. Carol said, oh, you're talking good this morning. Thank you so much, Carol. Ricarius says, hate to run, but I have to get back to work. Have a fantastic day. Same to you, Ricarius. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. And thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. So here's the thing, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to answer Dee's question. Dee has a question on another platform. Hold on a second. Dee says, how is not disclosing, let me make sure I read it correctly. How is not disclosing safe for you? Safe for me? So let me take the grayness off of that question. And nothing against D. D is just asking a question. Let me take the grayness off of that. Right? You form that in a way to say that I'm not disclosing because I'm trying to hide something. Right? That's not what that is. Right? It's safe for me because I need to know where I'm at and what's happening. The conversation I had earlier with everyone, and we're still talking about, is because I disclosed to someone at a party after they kissed me and it went south or it went left. They ran in and told individuals that I was trying to unalive them. They told individuals that I was trying to harm or hurt them. They told individuals that I had the gift that keeps on giving, the package, all of these things, right? And here's the thing. Was disclosure safe for me in that moment? And again, I didn't go up to him. I didn't go at him. He kissed me. And for the sake of me protecting him, not myself, protecting him, I said, I disclosed. I didn't think about where I was, who I was around, what type of reaction, what was going to happen. I didn't think about it. So that's why I say disclosure is at your discretion. Disclosure of who you are, what you are, how you identify, all of those things, that's at your discretion. You with me? Your discretion. So for those that are joining, I'm going to go back over the 3 things that I think that we should focus on. And this is me. This is me. Right? Y'all know how we do at Titan in the morning. We do a little, when we talk, we make sure we do a little homework. We do a little homework. Y'all with me? So, number 1, disclosure is at your discretion. All right. Before I go through the 3 things one more time, hold on a second. So, to the individual that was a part of the group that came and talked to me afterwards, because I said all of what I'm saying today, right? All of what I'm saying today is what I was saying to this group, but to this one individual in particular. So this one individual in particular, and they're on, and I just want to say that I hold space for you. They were assaulted because somebody told their status. They were assaulted and harmed. They were assaulted. So I want to make sure that we understand. This particular individual did not have the opportunity to disclose their status themselves. Somebody did it for them, or like the community, or like we like to say, outed them, right? Somebody disclosed their status for them, didn't give them the opportunity, didn't know where they were at. And so this is what I'm saying. I don't condone you laying down and doing the do and then telling somebody that you're HIV positive. I don't condone that. Or I don't condone you laying down with somebody and then telling them that you have an STI. I don't condone that, right? However, right? The reality of it is that I'm saying that this particular individual, it was his responsibility to disclose when he was ready. It was not right for somebody else to put his business in the streets. But see, a lot of times people hate on you. Thank you so much, Jada. A lot of times people do this for hateful reasons. They do it to get back at you. They do it to harm or hurt you. And then they sit back and say, well, you should have told me in the very beginning. Who are you for me to tell you in the very beginning? Why do I need to tell you something and I'm not even dealing with you? It's like me just walking down the street and me saying, oh, I'm HIV positive. Hey, did you know? Hey, I don't even know you, but do you know? But hey, I don't know you. Hey, little kid, I'm this. Hey, old lady, I'm this. Hey, grandpa, I'm this. What? And it's wrong for you to take somebody else's business, put it in the streets, and then expect them to deal with it when you've done that. You understand what I'm saying? So this individual this morning who's on, I'm speaking directly to you, but I'm also speaking to everybody else, right? Disclosure is at your discretion. This other individual took this person's disclosure out of his hands and put it into a mob of people. These people decided that this person was trying to hurt or harm them, so they went and they harmed him. They assaulted him. They abused him, left him battered and bruised and bloody because somebody thought that he was trying to manipulate them. Somebody thought that he was being foul and not disclosing what it was. And this is not something I can blow on you. This is not something that I can touch you and you get. This is not something that I can literally sneeze, I chew, and you have it. So y'all, I'm advocating for myself all the time, but things like this, because I went through it. I don't know what those people, because when he ran into that house, I'm out on the balcony, and it's like everybody turned and looked at me. I'm somewhere where I don't know all those people. I'm somewhere where I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they're going to do. He ran and told his peeps, and his peeps was like looking at me. I'm on this balcony, and all I could think of was, oh crap. I didn't have time to call somebody. I didn't have this. Only thing that my instincts told me was to get out of there. And now, my spirit said, Titan, move. My spirit said, you use your speed and your agility and everything that you got, and you get up out of here. Because I feel that it's about to get crazy. Because he told them that I tried to unalive him. He told them that I had manipulated him. He told them that I had lied to him, and I had done none of the things. And remember what I said, he kissed me. What he was saying as I was leaving out the door, going down the steps into the courtyard, he said, and he was just kissing on me and all up against me and all. And I was like, wait, what? But in my mind, I couldn't stop and argue. There was no reason for me to argue because they already thought that I tried to harm him. So they were going to harm me. Now, we thank God for favor that it didn't happen, but for the individual that was in the group that I'm talking about now, it happened to him. So much so, and I can attest to this, that I didn't want to disclose to anybody else. So I took myself away. People would say, well, Titan, you don't ever reciprocate. I was trying to shoot my shot and you didn't even say nothing, because I know what disclosure can do. And not only for me, but for other people, I saw what disclosure happened, how it happened with them. The chaos and the destruction it caused. So I'm not going to talk to anybody because I don't want to have to ever disclose again. But it's not that simple. It's not that simple. Disclosure is at your discretion. And if there's anybody sitting next to you, around you, that want to tell you today that you need to disclose, this is what I've heard too. It's 2025. You can just go ahead on and say it. And if you're going to be proud and do what you do. But in 2025, are you disclosing your STIs? Or are you still going to go get treatment under the cloud, wearing hoodies, putting on shades, making sure that you can call somebody to get treatment? Because y'all know I work in this advocacy world, in this HIV world, in this STI world. And y'all know, and I've heard people say, I'm clean, which is horrible in itself. I heard people say, I'm healthy, which is horrible in itself. Because a lot of times you can't tell. The outer shell, you can't tell. So you can look how you're going to look. Hey, Mississippi, good morning. So for the sake of the conversation, I'm going to go back over the things that I believe that we should focus on when we're disclosing. But to the individual who was in the group that I'm speaking to this morning, and to everybody else that has come on, to all of my village, my tribe, my gang, and my chosen family, think about where you're at and what you're doing. Think about who you are and what you are, and protect yourself. Protect yourself. I know you want to protect them. I know you want to. But you should not be out of the equation. You should protect yourself. So let's do it. Let me sip first, because y'all. Ooh, this disclosure conversation. That's it right there. So let's do it. Disclosure is at your discretion. So number one, disclosure is at your discretion. Never let somebody else be your disclosure captain. Never let somebody else have the disclosure switch and they want to flip it on and flip it off when they get ready. Disclosure is at your discretion. That's number one. Y'all with me? Y'all with me? Okay, say it with me for those of y'all back over there. Disclosure is at your discretion. That's number one. Number two, when is it safe? When is it safe? I don't agree with you telling somebody after the fact, after you've done the do, after you've laid down sideways, horizontal poker, whatever it may be. I don't condone that, right? What I'm saying is, when is it safe? When is it safe? If it's safe for you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, then you're able to do that. But what we talked about the fact that you may not be able to do all four. Your safety may not be able to encompass all four in that moment. But do understand, when is it safe? All right. Number one, discretion is at your disclosure. Number two, when is it safe? Y'all with me? When is it safe? And number three, make it make sense. What sense does it make for me to disclose to you and I don't even know you from a can of paint? What sense does it make for me to disclose to you in a room of 200 people, not knowing what the outcome is going to be? Right? Make it make sense. And I want to say this to you all. There's going to be somebody in your life that's going to know your business. And they're not going to like the fact that you are not telling your business. And they're going to tell it for you. Be prepared for that. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Because if I'm going to disclose to you, it needs to make sense. Me and you are going to have something. Me and you are going to do something. We are going to be together. We're going to be like four flat tires. We ain't going nowhere. You feel me? But if I'm just passing you by and you give me a little wink or you try to shoot your shot and ain't nothing happening after that, I don't need to tell you nothing. You with me? So somebody said over here, somebody said, well, Titan, that's not fair because, you know, you can't compare HIV to STIs. Yes, I can. Is it not a virus? Do you go around before you lay down with your hookup, your boo-boo, your baby, your chain? Do you tell them that you had syphilis, gonorrhea? You had the claps, chlamydia? Do you tell them? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is why the stigma runs so rampant. This is why trauma is so big, because y'all have told us that it's okay for you to have an STI, 2 or 3 of them, and not disclose. But God forbid somebody like myself is HIV positive and I don't disclose. Now you want to rake me over the coals. Now you want to tell me this. And not that I'm disclosing after the fact. I'm talking about I'm just meeting you and I'm telling you. But y'all, it's different for me because my status is on all my social media. So you literally can look at my profile and then hell, I say it all the time on here. I say I'm 20 years positive. I'm celebrating 20 years. I don't have no qualms with that. But my disclosure is my disclosure. Your disclosure is yours. I can't make you disclose if you are not ready to do so. And then let me even say this before I get out of here, y'all. I went to my village, my tribe, my gang, and my chosen family, and I told them that I was about to disclose to the world. I told them that I was going to change my status on all my social media. I told them that I was about to do this. And y'all, I didn't have to do that. But they loved me for me, and I told them that things were going to change. That's me disclosing. Some of my friends didn't even know that I was HIV positive. Didn't know. And they felt that because they didn't know, that I didn't trust them or didn't love them the same that I loved others. And that's not the case in point. And I told them when I disclosed to them that this wasn't about who you are and it was about me. I had been through some things. I had some trauma in my life, and I couldn't trust everybody. Although I loved you dearly, I couldn't trust that. And it wasn't you, it was everybody. Because physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, I had been attacked for me disclosing. And so in order for me to feel safe, understood, and heard, I made sure that nobody else would ever get the drop on me again. And if that meant me being quiet, if that means me keeping my secret, if that means me not dealing with anybody, if that means me not having a relationship, then that's what I did. I had to protect me. Because remember, I didn't know what to do next with this diagnosis that was given to me. I didn't know if I was even going to live. And people see you on this side of the experience, and they say, oh, well, Titan, you're good. Oh, Titan, you're looking good. And Titan, you this and you that, and you smell good, and you advocating, and you're this and that. Yes, I'm doing that now. But back then, I was a whole mess. Back then, I was praying to go to sleep and not wake up. Back then, I only had 4 T cells. Back then, people were trying to tell me that I should be unalive, that I shouldn't even be living. I'm an abomination. I'm all of these things. Back then, I said, well, I didn't let everybody down. Just let me go to sleep. And then after that, somebody likes me for all that I am after I done lost all that weight, right? After my skin was so dark, after I was ashy, I couldn't keep things down. I was having seizures. I was throwing up. I couldn't take the medication. It messed with me. I was in a hospital in and out. After all of that, I meet somebody, and then somebody says, oh, I like you. All of you, right? I like you. And we're on a balcony at a party one night, and you kiss me. And I feel guilty because I haven't told you that I have this thing that I need to disclose to you. So I disclose it to you on a balcony at a party in the hood. And after that moment, I realized I was not safe. That was not a brave space. That disclosing what I just disclosed to a party, and it was about 40 to 50 people in that one particular area. But there were people outside, there were people in the parking lot. It was a whole thing. And then I'm sitting here saying, but I wanted to protect him. I didn't even think about myself. So when I come on and I use I statements and I say these things, I'm saying, you feel me? Y'all know I don't talk about nothing I have not experienced. People will make you believe that you are wrong for living and being who you are. People will make you feel as if you should not be here because of what has happened to you. You with me? And that's where we're at. Disclosure is at your discretion. At your discretion. Number one, disclosure is at your discretion. Number two, when is it safe? When is it safe? Number three, make it make sense. It has to make sense. If I'm going to disclose to you, it has to make sense. Y'all got the assignment? That's the assignment. It's at your discretion. When is it safe? And make it make sense. Y'all with me this morning? Indeed. Indeed. And so here's the thing. People are always going to come back the way that you do things. Okay. Here it is. This is for, I don't know who this is for right here. You right here. This is for you, but it's also for me. People are going to always argue and fight against what you are doing in your world and in your life. What's good for you? Because they figure they got control over that. They figure that they can tell you who you are and what you should be doing. Right? I want you to take your power back into your hands. You are who you are. Right? And then you should move in that way. You should adjust in that way. Y'all, you can't come to my doorstep no more, banging on my door, demanding to get in. And I let you in with no expectation and no boundaries. Oh, that's not the case. That's not happening, people. That's not what's going on. So disclosure is at your discretion. I decide when I disclose. And I'm meeting you up front on the street. We say hi, we shake hands or whatever have you. I'm not disclosing then. But again, y'all, for me, it's different because my disclosure is on my social media, all my social media. Y'all all know. So I don't have a problem with that. But y'all stop telling people. First off, stop telling people business. Hey, Tsunami, good morning. Stop telling people business. And number two, disclosure is at your discretion. So until you start, let this be the last piece and I'm going to get out of here. Until you start walking up to people on the street and saying, I got syphilis, or I had gonorrhea, or I had 2 STIs, or I had 3 STIs, or I had whatever. Until you start doing that, don't sit up here and tell me that I need to disclose. Why don't you show me how to disclose? Why don't you do that? You walk up to everybody that you walk past, in the train station, the bus station, on the street, in the schools, in wherever, and tell them your sexual preference, tell them who you are, tell them what virus that you have, disease you have. Until you start doing that, you can't govern my disclosure. So I told my village, my tribe, my gang, I told them all, and my chosen family, I told them that I am going to be disclosing. I'm going to step into spaces and places, and this is who I'm going to be. And I want you to be prepared for what is going to happen. Because there are going to be people that are not going to like it. There are going to be people that are going to attest the very fact that I am in these spaces and places. There are going to be people that will say things like, you should be unalive. You should not be here. You should have been unalive when you was diagnosed. You know, they're going to say things like, stop being a pedo, or stop being this, and stop, trying to have an agenda. They're going to say things. But I want y'all to know where I'm at. But the overall thing that I want you to know is that this is my purpose. I now know why I'm here. I now know, this was a while back, y'all. I'm not talking about that right now, but I'm on my journey. I'm on purpose. I can't miss any words anymore. I can't sit in the back and hide. I can't be in a room full of people and y'all not know that I'm there. Representation is key. I can't sit here and pretend like what you say and what you do to me and my community don't matter. I cannot. That's me. So for you being a friend of mine, for you being my ride or die, for you being my support system, for you being my confidants, for you loving me, I had to disclose to you. I had to let you know where I was going, right? At my discretion. Was it safe? And it had to make sense. And it had to make sense. I want to say this to you all, and I want to say it loud and clear. I do not sit down at a table for my community, for the world, because what you do in your community will change the world. I do not sit down at these tables when I'm invited. I do not sit down at them lightly. I don't play games like that because I know how it can hurt and harm you. I know what it can do to your mental, emotional, and spiritual. I know what it can do to your physical. I know this. And y'all, I'm saying this, and I'm getting out of here. But somebody just said, oh, well, it's just disclosure. I mean, it's 2025. Get over it. Y'all, that is a third one. That's the third comment saying it's 2025. You should get over it. Like they just flipping a switch on and off. It's not that simple. It is not that simple. Lastly, disclosure should not cause harm or damage. It should not cause harm or damage. That's how powerful disclosure is. Again, at your discretion. Is it safe for you? Does it make sense for you? Does it make sense? Because if it's going to cause harm and damage, it doesn't make sense. Why would I want to come in here and cause a tsunami, a tornado, torrential rains in a place where I want to be safe and brave? You feel what I'm saying? Like, why would I do that? And you're right. And Silent Chatty said, I guess we should get over slavery too, but I'm going to leave that alone. Always that one getting over it. Exactly. Because here's my thing. I can't knock anybody else on where you are in your life and what you're doing, because things hit differently for us, right? We know that trauma is different. We can be in the same car wreck and Silent Chatty can get up and walk away like ain't nothing happened. And I could be traumatized for the rest of my life, not wanting to go near a car. You understand what I'm saying? But just because it doesn't make sense, right? Just because it makes sense to this person over here, don't mean it's going to make sense to me. Them individuals in that group said, oh, no, Titan, I can't get with that. See, I liked you, but this right here, wait, what did you just hear? Because that's not what I said. You feel me? But y'all can't knock nobody if they don't feel the same way that you do. There have been many individuals who have been unalived because they disclosed. I'm not with the tomfoolery. I'm not with the trickery. I'm not with the bamboozled. I'm not with the manipulatives. I'm not with that at all. But it is at your discretion. It is when it's safe for you, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. And it is when it makes sense. When it makes sense, that's what I'm going to do. Because in my scenario, it did not make sense for me to disclose on a balcony at a party full of individuals that I don't know. It did not make sense. It was not safe. As I told you, how the people started acting and started, flipping out. Thank God my car was outside and I was able to get out and go, right? But it wasn't at my discretion. I felt I had to do it because society, community, people told me that you better disclose up front. And I didn't have the knowledge to understand that this individual could not have contracted HIV by a simple kiss. I didn't know. I didn't know. Ooh, y'all, look. I made a promise to always be straight up and to be real, and I'm going to continue doing that. But what I don't want people to do, don't let somebody push you into a corner and do something that you are not ready for. Don't let somebody talk up on you so much so that you go and you disclose something that you are not ready for. And don't let somebody take away your safety. Don't let somebody take away, right, your mental capacity to understand. Because they need it from you. That's not right. Y'all with me? Mm-hmm. Mm. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Look, before we get out of here, TikTok, y'all tippity tap the middle of that screen. I think I had a goal of 100 donuts. If y'all can give me a little something, but tippity tap. Go on over to the TikTok shop. I got some things over there. YouTube, Facebook, Insta, Podbean. Y'all show me some. Oh, I'm an X. Y'all show me some thumbs up. Y'all show me some hearts. Show me some love. Like, follow, share, subscribe. I am Titan Capri on all social media. All you got to do is search me, and I should be able to come up. But I want to say this to you all. Thank you all for allowing me to be who I am on these platforms and to be able to have these type of discussions with you all. I'm a little unorthodox, right? They say that I'm unconventional in what I do, but I'm with that. I don't think that you have to have all the big words and all of this kind of stuff in order to talk to somebody. Let's just have a conversation. That's what I love to do. I love to talk, right? And so I just want to say thank you to you all, and go ahead on and do you, be you. But remember that disclosure is at your discretion, whatever you're disclosing. It doesn't have to be an HIV status. Whatever you want to disclose is at your discretion. And lastly, y'all, if you are over there, going over to the shop, picking you up something. Now, mind you, everything is marked down all the way until the end of the month, right? And it may go a little bit longer. Y'all go over $10, $50, and then y'all, come on. Y'all got a little something over there. Got a little Titan in the morning, Titan Capri experience. I got some power position and purpose. Power position and purpose over there. Y'all go on over and check it out and let me know. Now, I asked this, right? If you go over and you get something from the shop, from the store, if you want, I'm asking for consent. Take a picture of it and send me the picture. Take a picture of it or take a picture with it and then send it over to me and let me know. I'm making a huge collage of those that support, those that do, and then thank y'all so much for supporting me the way that you do. Lastly, every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Central Time, it is Titan in the Morning. I am here, and I want y'all to come on over. I got some things coming up here real soon. I'm going to launch. I'm going to take a break for a couple of weeks, and then I'm going to come back, and it's going to be a new season, a new improved Titan in the Morning, the Titan Capri experience. So y'all be on the lookout. I'm mentioning it now. So when it comes up and y'all be like, oh, Titan, you done switched up. Yeah, a little something. Indeed. All right, I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Peace and blessings to you. Y'all be good to each other. Be good to yourself. Love yourself right where you're at in this moment. And know that disclosure is at your discretion. All right, y'all. Until next time, y'all be good.